No game is perfect. There's always going to be something that stands out, whether it be a strategy, character, or item, and Risk of Rain 2 is no exception. To first explain what kind of broken things Risk of Rain 2 has, you first need to understand what kind of game it is. Risk of Rain 2 is a roguelite game made by Hopoo Games that continues from Risk of Rain 1, where a roster of characters are tasked with investigating and recovering the crash of the UES Contact Light, the ship from the first game. During this mission, you collect many items from white to orange to blue, eventually climbing your way up or down to one of this game's final bosses. Starting a run, you can choose from a variety of characters, each with their own synergies, but items are the core of every run. You can find white, green, and red items from regular chests, along with orange or active items from equipment barrels. Beyond these tiers, there's yellow items, which you can only get from bosses during a portal event, purple items, which are corrupted versions of regular items, and blue items that you need to buy from the Lunar Shop. Now that you understand what the game is like, let's start with one of the most broken builds in the game. Blue, or lunar items, are a class of items that, instead of just making you stronger, offer more of a trade. The lunar equipment, Hellfire Tincture, offers a damaging aura for the small price of burning yourself alive. Looking at two items, Razor Wire and Planula, the self-damage from Hellfire Tincture makes it so that you automatically heal and kill everything around you. Sure, this build is broken and makes sense on paper, but are you really healing by burning yourself alive? Now that we have an idea of the things this game has to offer, instead of a build that doesn't make sense, let's look at one of my favorite equipments, and one of the most broken items in this game. Blast Shower is an equipment that removes debuffs and nearby attacks. This may just look like an emergency button with dealing with certain types of enemies, but the way debuffs are used makes this equipment a whole new level of broken. The Kajaro and Runald bands are some of the most powerful DPS items in the game, while Safer Spaces is one of the best defensive items in the game. Both of these items have a flaw though, which is their cooldown. But a funny quirk of this game is how these are tracked with debuffs that can be removed with Blast Shower. The key item that ties everything together is the Gesture of the Drowned, enabling Blast Shower to be spammed so that you can ignore every hit and deal quintuple damage on big hits. The worst part is that the Lunar Shop makes both the bands and gestures trivially easy to obtain as long as you have enough coins. Because the Lunar Shop can be rerolled, gestures are easy to get, and there's a stage you can almost guarantee using the Lunar Seer that always has the bands. But even ignoring every hit and dealing quintuple damage, there will always be the threat of the Void enemies. On death, these enemies have a bullshit attack where they collapse space, which ignores Safer Spaces, and your damage doesn't matter because it's when they die that they're a threat. No matter how powerful you get, the Void enemies will always be there to put you down, with nothing short of hiding in another dimension to stop them. As I've said, no game is perfect. Someone will always find something wrong with a game. But sometimes, the flaws of a game is really what makes it, and with Risk of Rain 2, you've only truly experienced the game once you've broken it. Hello everyone still watching. I plan to make more videos, mainly video game related, but honestly just talking about whatever. If you want to see more, please subscribe and comment any suggestions you have. Thanks for watching.